Today we're going to be making an art piece to express some mixed feelings we may be having. Grab your favorite art medium, colored pencils, crayons, markers, or my personal pick, watercolors, and let's get started. If you're using watercolor, you're going to want to start with your watercolors. You can use anything you've got in hand. It does not have to be a set like this. And some water. You're going to spray to wake up your watercolor paints. Just to bring out their color, you're going to want a cup of water. Mine is dirty, don't worry about it. A place for just like a paper towel or something like that. A rounded brush. This one's a number 12. You don't have to worry about what size it is, just some sort of rounded brush. And some sort of palette-y place to push around your paint, as well as some watercolor paint paper. If you are, again, not doing watercolor, you do not need to worry about having watercolor paper. Okay, so we're going to start off by making some just round, we're going to be making oranges here. So we're going to be starting off by grabbing a little bit of some, I'm going to grab kind of a yellow orange shade here. And I'm just going to be making circles. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space up on the top here because I'm going to be putting some lettering. And I'm going to be making oranges on this kind of lower 2/3 of the page. And I'm just, there's not a whole lot of precision here. Just going to put them where it feels good for you to put them. I tend to like to work in odd numbers, but you put as many oranges on the paper as you want. So I have 5 here, and then I'm going to grab a little bit of a darker kind of, you can always grab brown to add to this yellow. I'm going to grab like a little bit of a gold color. And then while these are still wet, I'm going to take into this edge and just kind of dab in, boop, 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 some of this gold color. I'm going to bring out a little bit of that darker shade. It's going to start to blend and dry into there. And I'm going to add some that are kind of a little bit behind. I'm going to add 2 that are a little bit behind. I'm going to make those ones a little bit darker. So I'm going to grab more of that like gold color. And again, you can just add brown. If you just have a primary palette, you can add like some brown or some darker orange to the yellow. Just add more orange to your yellow. And then just kind of make a little one back behind here. And I don't want it to touch. I want mine a little bit off. And then I'm going to do another one, maybe over here, going this way. And you're just going to put them wherever feels good for you. There's no right way to do this. This is process art, feeling art for you to work on, not perfection art here. There's technique art. You're really working on your technique and improving your artistic ability. This is not that. This is all about just making art that brings you joy and peace and works through some feelings. I'm going to grab some of this yellow and I'm going to tap it onto the edge there of these ones. Just make those ones a little bit brighter on that edge. Okay, so then I'm going to add in some leaves. The leaves of oranges are a little bit brighter, so I'm going to grab this like sap green here, and I'm just going to get it nice and wet. And then I'm going to be pulling leaves. So you can do this a couple different ways. You can do smaller leaves by kind of touching the tip lightly and then pressing further down, taking it in like that, like those kinds of leaves. I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger, so I like to kind of circle around it. Okay, so I'm going to go like 1 and 2. So I start light on the top and then I press down. I'm going to add some more color. Don't worry too much if some of the green seeps into that orange. Just like in nature, some of the oranges just are a little bit on the green side and it just makes it look a little more natural. Okay, so my oranges are now dry, so I'm ready to add in some pen work. We're going to write up on the top, both are true, right? We're going to talk about the sweet and the sour. I like making bubble letters. Maybe you like making a different type of lettering, this is your art. As you write these letters on the page, you're going to want to reflect on what these oranges represent. They represent the sweetness in life, the sourness in life, the bitterness in life, that they can all be present in one thing, in one moment. So you're going to take this time to reflect on these sentiments, this mixed, conflicting feelings, that it is okay for them to both be true. They can both sit in the same place. Okay, so we're going to start here in this first orange on two things that can be true at the same time. So we're going to do joy and sadness or woe. You can feel both those things at the same time in lots of different scenarios, like when you're moving to a new city, starting a new school, a new job. You're excited about this new transition, but you're having some sadness for this phase of life you're leaving behind. You might be having some joy about watching a child grow, but sadness that they're no longer little, or joy about reaching a personal goal, but sadness that the journey is over. In the next orange here, we're going to be working on these other two things that go together. Blessings or gratitude, whichever word works better for you, and resentments. Maybe you're starting a new job and it's both demanding, and maybe you're resentful for the time it's taking away from the rest of your life, but it gives you financial security. So it's making your life more comfortable, and maybe your family's life more comfortable. Or caring for a loved one. And you're so grateful for the ability to care for this person that you care about, but maybe resentful for the physical or emotional toll that it takes to care for another person. Those can both sit in the same space of feeling like, wow, this is so great, and also there's things that are hard about it. Privilege, that kind of goes a little bit with this. Privilege and pain. You can experience both of those things at the same time. Be like, wow, I am feeling so lucky that things are going the way they're going for me. And yet, this is really either painful or hard or whatever that might be. Like maybe if you are very sick or someone around you is very, oh, I just spelled that wrong. Privilege. There we go. Let's see if I can spell and talk at the same time. Someone's very ill, very sick, and you're so grateful to have access to medicine, right? Like, wow, how lucky are we that we have access to this medicine? But also, it's not easy. It's really hard. It's really hard. And you're doing your best with it. And both can sit in the same space. You can have the privilege and have the pain. And you can fill this in with as many things that are both true for you. If this is done for you, it can be done. Sometimes I like to add a little bit of colored pencil in there just because it's fun. Why not? I'm going to add some colored pencil to my leaves. I hope by working on this project, it has helped you with this inner tension you're having of being both grateful and happy, but also maybe resentful and anxious. And we can accept that both feelings are okay to feel at the same time. Both are true.